Hi guys. Well, I'm back with my 2 month vlog or 2 month pregnancy vlog, or let's just say I'm in my second month. There's so many things that I need to tell you guys, so I'm gonna try to hurry up and get it out as quickly as I can without stretching out this video. I see why people do the weekly vlogs now, because there's so much that you end up needing to say. And I'm sorry if I sound like Pee Wee Herman right now, but my nose is like really stopped up, and it's been stopped up. I think more so now that I'm pregnant than it has ever been. Okay, first things first, let's tell you about the doctor visit. Well, it's called like a informative uh, prenatal visit. It's where you go. Well, I know when you're in the TRICARE, they do things a little different in the military, as far as when you're not in the military. Like when you first find out you're pregnant, you have to go and get your labs done, and then you go into this room where there's a lot of nurses and different types of people that do different things, and you go to, like, I think it's like 6 different tables, and you get information from them, and you sign up for all types of things, and then they make your first prenatal visit um, there. So I think I did that. uh, did I go to that appointment on the 7th of uh, last month or something like that? I can't even really remember, but it's really nothing. You just go, and they ask you about medical history and things like that, and do you want to sign up for this, and do you need prenatals? It's so weird. I don't know. I just never heard anybody talk about doing it, so it's just weird to me. So I did that, me and my husband. Then right after that, we left there. Uh, I went to work because I had to go to work, and then I went to use the bathroom, and I was spotting. Well, it wasn't really like spotting. It was enough blood to like scare me. And so when I wiped, I saw it. And so I just called my husband crying. And, at that moment, I should have been thanking God and praising God and telling God, that, you have the last say so in whatever is going on. But, I hit my panic first. So in the car, my husband all calm, praising God. He just is calm as day. And I'm just like, you know, getting in the mood with him, like, Lord, you know, even if it was for this long, I'm grateful, because for so long, we weren't pregnant, so make a long story short, I go to the ER or whatever, and in the army, well, military wise, they you only get two ultrasounds. So I ended up getting my ultrasound actually at 6 weeks. And she did a transvaginal one, because we were so early on. So they scanned, they did the ultrasound, and we got to see the baby's heartbeat, and we faintly heard it. So we were so excited, and all I can do was just cry, because I don't want to go through a miscarriage. And just to be honest, it can happen. I'm not claiming it, because I believe God got his ever changing loving hands on my baby. But you know it does. So that was over with. They gave us some pictures, and if I would have been thinking, I would have brought the pictures to you guys, but I didn't, so I'm sorry. I'll show you next time. uh it really don't even look like anything. It's just like a little line and a little circle looking. It's, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that was my first ultrasound. And then I actually go on Monday, this Monday coming, to get my 10-week ultrasound. Um, yeah. Now that that's said and done. So let's talk about what's going on right now. So like right now, I have major back pains. Like, I don't know where they come from or why they're here. I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced this, but it is so ridiculous. Like, my back hurts so bad, and I'm thinking maybe it's because I stand up a lot. On my job, I'm a cashier, and so I'm not really sure, if that could be the case. I'm just trying to work for as long as I can because I really don't want to sit around, because if I sit around, I'm just going to end up just being eating and gaining more weight than I necessarily have to. So I think it's good that I'm still working, but I'm not sure if my husband gonna continue on to let me. So we don't know about that. So we'll see. Uh, yeah. Oh, my baby acts up early in the morning and late at night. And what I mean, I can't feel her or him. I'm believing in God for a girl, but I can't feel him. So it's like I get really like a sickening feeling early in the morning and late at night. I haven't had any nausea yet. I haven't went through the morning sickness. Everybody call it a blessing, but I would rather have the morning sickness than dizzy spells, because that's normally what I get. I only get them like early in the morning, late at night when it's time to go to bed. I can no longer sleep on my back or my stomach. Even though they said you can continue to do that in the first trimester, whenever I do it, if I land on my back, my breast hurts so bad. And if I'm laying on my stomach, then my stomach get cramps. Like I start getting shooting cramps. So I either have to lay on my right side or my left side, which is kind of annoying to me because I usually always lay on my back on my stomach. So with that being said, I think I'm going to purchase the pregnancy pillow a little earlier than I guess most women. I think they wait till they're like, what, 5, 6, 7 months, but I think it's about time for me to get it now. Everybody's telling me I'm way bigger to be 2 months, but like I said, I already kind of had a pudge anyway, so maybe it just looked like I'm bigger. So, with all that being said, let's see what else. I haven't really had any other cravings outside of the potatoes. I do like watermelon a little bit more now, and the Lyman chips by Lay's, which I try not to eat as much as those. The first video when I made last month, I was 174.8, and now I'm currently weighing 180.8. So I'm really trying to cut back on just eating and eating. And honestly, it's so hard because when you get a craving, you get a craving, and it's not like a normal craving. And I'm pretty sure those that are pregnant understand where I'm coming from. So I'm just trying to, be mindful, because it's no longer about me anymore. And I want to give my baby the best chance at health that I can possibly give. So, yeah, I have to really work on my cravings. So I try to, even when I have a craving, I still try to, weigh it out, and do my portion. But, oh, and I love sandwiches. I'm a vegetarian, so I eat a lot of tofurkey or a lot of tofu and things like that. But I've been really craving like sandwiches with the tofurkey and like Miracle Whip, and oh, I just love sandwiches and still my potatoes. So really, my cravings really haven't changed that much. Uh, Except that one time that I had that craving for pepperoni, which I know good and well I am not eating no pepperoni. So, um, yeah, I get up annoyed a lot, a lot. Like I try to work on my attitude, because my attitude is like really, it's not, yeah, it's an attitude. My attitude is really jacked up, and I know it's jacked up, and I can't say I can't help it, because I got to do better. I really have to do a lot better, not necessarily because I'm pregnant, but also because I serve God, and I shouldn't be as irritable as I am. Like I just okay. Thank you, Jesus. Moving along. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys? Oh, I was asking God, what if I have a boy? Because we already had a girl name. We had this girl name. I mean, honestly, you guys, before me and my husband were even married, when we were dating, we just had this name for our girl, because my husband always wanted a girl, and we would often talk about kids. So that name has to be for our girl. It's just what it is. And if you don't know, you guys, my name is Molly Maybe on the YouTube. On my YouTube channel, but I want to name my daughter. We want to name my daughter Molly. My husband has this idea of Molly Marie, but I don't really know. But I mean, it's his first child, my first child, So if that's what he wants, then I'll let it fly. But as long as Molly is her first name, we find. And It's a long story, and I told one of my followers that I was going to share it with you. So if I don't stretch it out too long, I'll try to share it at the end of this video. However, I was asking God about what to name our son, and I was getting this voice that was saying, go to Exodus, go to Exodus. And I'm like, why, Lord, why do I need to read Exodus? Because I read my Bible. I couldn't understand why I was going to Exodus. So this is way after I asked him. So I totally forgot that I, prayed about it and asked God to name my son. So I was just reading alone, and I was like, okay, God, I'm gonna read it. So I just went to the very beginning of Exodus, and I just read the story, of Moses, and how he brought him out of Egypt, and we get all the way to the part where I think they're finna fight this big war, and they take Moses to the top of the mountain, and he's standing there, and he holding his hands up, and as long as he keep his hands held up, they're winning. But before that battle, he tells Joshua, please forgive me. He tells Joshua and Caleb to, go down and defend, the people. So when I got to Joshua, it just hit me like Joshua is it. Like it to someone who really don't read the Bible, or, feel the way I feel about the Bible and the Lord, you may not understand what I'm saying, but some of you, I'm pretty sure you will. It's as soon as I hit Joshua, I just knew that Joshua is it. Joshua is it. Joshua, because when I hit Joshua, like I don't even have the urge to read Exodus, So even though I was still reading it, I just didn't have the urge. Like I felt like I was supposed to be in another part of the Bible. And so it was telling Joshua and Caleb. So I was like, ooh. And so my husband was like, oh, well, it can't be Joshua. And I was like, well, babe, the Lord said Joshua. So we was trying to rearrange it. And I know oftentimes as Christians, we do that. God give us something. We want to rearrange it to fit for what we want it to be. No. If it's a boy, his name would be Joshua. We were saying Caleb Joshua because it sounds better. Caleb Joshua Brown. But yeah, it has to be Joshua. We haven't came up with a middle name yet. We thought about Joshua Caleb Brown, but Caleb might not even be in there. I just knew Joshua had to be his name. Yeah, so that's it. So now I just want to get to the point that I'm just reading about Joshua. I just want to know everything about Joshua, which I know a few things, but sometimes when you just bounce around so much, you kind of forget certain things. And so I just want to know so much about Joshua, because I just, it's interesting to me. It's so exciting to me, so yeah. So with all that being said, I guess I can tell you the story. Okay, so the name Molly came from me and my husband. My husband, back in the day when we used to drink and used to do our thing, because everybody has a past, so I wasn't always saved, but my husband used to be so in love with Bob Marley. Well, he used to adore Bob Marley, so he wanted to name his daughter Marley. He was like, we ever have a daughter, we're going to name her Marley. No, I was like, no, we're not naming my baby Marley, because Marley sounds like a dog's name. And no offense to those that may have a daughter named Marley or name maybe Marley. I'm not. Anyway, to me, it just sounds like a dog name. But so, time passed, years passed. And then so his sister was like, oh, y'all been dating for a while. When y'all plan on getting married? Y'all plan on having kids? Daughter Marley, but yeah, she was like, Molly. So she started calling our baby Molly. And I was like, okay, we got Marley and we got Molly. Okay, so one day when we was riding to where we're currently located now, we was driving out here, and it's this guy that we listen to that's, he's like a gospel singer. His name is Molly Music. I'm pretty sure a lot of you heard of him now. He's kind of like changing his style of music, so you probably will hear more of him now on the radio than you did then. But his name Mali, which his real name is Jamal, and he kind of like derived that, and he loved music, so he kind of made his name Molly Music. So I was like, we was riding here, like this was like, okay, kid you not, like last year. So no, like it was 2 years ago. I can't remember. I don't even know how long we've been here, but I was like, that's it, babe. That's it. Our daughter's name Molly. And he was like, oh yeah, that's good. So now every time we address, the baby, we call her Molly, and if God give us a son, by all means, I am ever grateful and thankful, because believe it or not, boys are really blessings, men, if study the Bible, but all kids are blessings from God, but men are technically like blessings, I guess. But um, by all means, I'd be happy anyway. But if it's a girl, her name will be Molly. And so instead of spelling it Mali, I want to spell it Mahli. That is just beautiful to me. So yeah. Um, what else do I have to tell you guys? Oh, I was upset when I went to the dentist because I had to get a lot of work done. Well, not a lot of work. I got like two cavities that I got to fill in. Haha, yeah. But I'm more so aggravated because they told me I had to get the root canal done first. And so for the longest, I had been putting it off because I was like, okay, I was kind of nervous about the root canal, honestly. So when I went, I was like, they told me I had to get the root canal done first. And she was like, no, you can do it. You can do it any way you want to. And I was like, oh, so now y'all wait while I'm pregnant. Oh, well, do you want to get the x-ray now? What I look like? You really think I'm going to get behind the x-ray machine? No, ma'am. Not I. I mean, I did the dang on ultrasound. I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm just at this point that I'm like so protective, you guys. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to feel this way. Is it wrong to feel this way? Or, I don't really know. But this is just who I am. And so, she was telling me like I could get this paperwork filled out because they got to shoot me up with some kind of drug and they want to make sure it's okay. Okay, well, if you got to make sure if it's okay with my doctor, then do you honestly think that I'm going to let you do it? So I kind of like will tear these little cavities out till I give birth and it's all said and done because I ain't with that. And another thing is I don't like for everybody to touch my stomach. That really irks me. Um, I know it's an exciting thing and it's very happy when you know you're pregnant and everybody just, oh, the baby, the baby. Honestly, I just feel like it's more of an intimate thing when someone touches your stomach. I don't know. It's really creepy. I understand that. And I'm just a really creepy, difficult person. Um, but random people sometimes just want to touch your stomach and I just can't deal with it. I do not like it. So I often, um, like when I'm introduced to somebody and it's like, oh, I'm pregnant or whatever, kind of fold my arms over my, stomach because I don't I don't like people touching my stomach. I don't know why, you guys. I don't. It's just me. It's weird. Um yeah. Yeah. So with all that being said, before I stretch this video out any longer, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my belly. Please forgive this room because it is a little chunky. Okay, let's see here. So I can pull my collar up. So this is the front view. This is the side view. This is the other side view. And I guess I can show you. Make sure I put my clothes up so you guys. I like wearing these little jeans, like tights and leggings now, because I don't like things rubbing my belly. So and I also had to take my belly ring out. Long story. I have to tell you guys about it later, which I knew I had to take it out anyway, but I was planning on getting them I was planning on getting the one that you wear when you're pregnant, the one with the plastic, whatever. I don't know. But I figure I'm going to be a mom now. Who cares about a belly ring? And it was only for my husband anyway, so it wasn't like I was showing the world that I had a belly ring. So, well, with all that being said, thanks, you guys. Yeah, I'm still excited. And for those that are still trying to conceive, please do not give up, you guys. I mean, I would more so from my experience. I had somebody ask me about the Fertility. I think I stopped taking Fertility like 7 months way before I got pregnant because my motives weren't right. I was taking it thinking, oh, it's going to get me pregnant. It's going to get me pregnant. No, only God can give life. I mean, it works for some. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't really know, guys. I personally was doing it so it can help my cramps. I wasn't necessarily doing it to get pregnant, but then my motives were wrong. I started saying it could get me pregnant and stuff. So I stopped taking it because of my motives and who I am. But if you're taking it, okay, fine. I mean, you do whatever floats your boat because at the end of the day, only you have to say so in your life and what you do, and forget what anybody else think that you may do. So, yeah, I've been stopped taking it like 7 months beforehand. I got pregnant, you guys, honestly, I was thinking about going to get the dye thing. I was supposed to go back in to get this dye test to see if my fallopian tubes were blocked. And so that month before, I mean, that month that it happened, she was like, well, when some people come in, they don't be pregnant. You know, I mean, they already be pregnant. So honestly, when me and my husband would be intimate, when we would do things together, we wasn't thinking about a baby at all. Like a baby wasn't even on our mind. So we would be intimate with each other. We would be more in tune with one another. And it was just me and him. We worked out. We lift weights. I mean, when I say lift weights, man, I've been upping my weights. Like when my husband lifts something, I was lifting it with my legs, you know. So, you know, I've been more so with just working out and, you know, being with my husband, you know, and it happened. It just happened. I mean, thank you, Jesus. I'm ever thankful and grateful, you know, because only He can give life. So, with that being said, you guys, I'm not going to stretch it out any longer. Thanks for following. You know, I didn't never think that I would get so many followers. You know, you guys, I was honestly doing this for family back home. So, I just want you to know that it's a blessing to have all of you because I watch all of you. I learn from all of you. You know, whether it's a little nugget of something, I'm always taking from somebody. You know, so thanks for following. You know, if you have any questions, just inbox me. Um, Shout out to all the new mothers and all the mothers that found out. And for those that are still trying, do not give up hope because it will happen. And it will happen when you least expect it. God has not forgotten about you. So until next time, bye.